All right, guys, we had an extremely warm fall. Indian summer is what they call it, and we're all closing up shop later. So I'm going to go into a couple tips that I do personally in my lawn. So one is leaf cleanup. So we want to get these fall leaves off the lawn. We don't want snow piling up on top and then trapping moisture in there, and then we got a nice soggy, nasty mess that we got to clean up in the spring. So let's get all that junk out of there. And as you can see along that half wall, I have leaves that pile up, and the problem with that is, we have a little bit right here, is this piles up, and then now if you look, it'll kill the grass in here, and then now we have to reseed. So, I mean, is it a big deal? No. But, it's just something that it can be avoided, So what I like to do is, here, we can mulch up this stuff, or bag it. I personally bag it. I don't want to mulch that stuff back into the canopy. It's too cold. It's not going to break down. It's going to take forever. So I don't like doing that personally, but, they say it's a free nitrogen app. Maybe it'll break down in the spring. But, no, and then over here, we have the leaves over on my neighbor's side. And what I suggest getting is one of these. So I didn't know about these till not too long ago. And, doing the leaves traditionally, you pick them up, throw them in the bag, and the bag falls over, and it's really annoying. So now they make these things, and instead of the spiral one, this thing just folds right up against the wall. It's real thin. And then you put that in the bag, open it up, and it stands up on its own. And even for summer, or when you're done bagging this stuff up, it stands the bag up. It's got a backsplash, and you just dump that stuff in there, hits the backsplash, goes in, there's no mess. So tip number one, done. Now on to the second. Tip number two, you're going to want to cut your lawn short. If you saw my last video with that grub stuff, I was bringing the lawn down, and you can see there's some yelling. So, we want our grass to be like 2 inches tops. At least that's me personally, is what I feel, is that we don't want the grass to be too tall where it lays over when the snow comes on it, and then we're going to trap more moisture in there. You can get stuff like snow mold, other funguses, and we don't want that. So what I've been doing is gradually bringing it down, or you can just chop it all down and just leave it yellow. It's fine. It'll heal itself in the springtime. But I've been lowering down here the height of cut from about 3 inches. I'm getting it down to, I want it to like 1.5. So, and as you can see here, my lawn is, you can see the two different heights, what it's at, and I actually need to cut this again because it's been so warm here in Michigan. But yeah, you're gonna wanna bring that height of cut down, that way it doesn't fold over in the middle of winter. And I mean, I think that happy number is 2 inches, but I mean, going lower is better. But I mean, once again, is it really gonna hurt you? No, but it is what is suggested, and that's personally what I do. So tip number two, cut your lawn shorter. All right, we're getting into our last cuts now of the year, and why not get an extra fertilizer app in? So tip number three is try and get one more fertilizer app in. I already got my granular in. It's starting to get cold here in Michigan. I already got my nitrogen blitz in last month, and all the granules are broken down. It's in the soil. We're looking good. But now to get one last push, I would suggest doing foliar. That way, you don't have any of those pellets, granules sitting around. That way the snow can go on top, melt, run it off into the street, into the sewers, and it's just like it's bad for the ecosystem. So what I'm doing here is getting my final mow in, striping it up, and then now I'm going to be taking what I use is Turf Titan products, and I am using Lawn Commander here. And this is I think it's a 2204, 2203. It's a high nitrogen. It's got humics in it. It's got a bunch of micros in it. So it's going to be a real good meal for the lawn. That way you can go to bed with a full belly going into winter time. And that way in spring we wake up green first. So I got one more main tip for the lawn, and this is really good for all you new homeowners. All right, so the final tip is, before the freeze comes, you guys got to get rid of those hoses. You got to drain them out. So what I like to do is I have these retractable hoses here. I fully extend them out to drain this thing. You don't just put it away, you got to drain it. So what I do is I lift up high in the very beginning, and then you just walk it all the way down. And then as you can see, the water starts spewing out the other end. And what I do is I do this multiple times, you know, just to make sure I can get the most of it out. And then I reel it back up, you know, or for you guys, you know, wrap them back up and into like a nice tight little circle. Maybe zip tie them to you know, put them away, keep them all nice and tight through the winter. But yeah, you got to get those hoses away because a lot of people forget that. But here is an extra tip. What I have here are these things. So for wintertime, you know, we snow blow the driveway, shovel the driveway, whatever, and we have a nice crispy edge. I love a crispy edge on a lawn, and I don't want to ruin them. So during the fall, while the ground is still soft, it's like I just got my final cut down, put my final app down, and then now I'm putting these up. And that just, I put them along the edge, stab them in the ground. That way, one, my family who sucks at driving, don't drive on the lawn because that stuff kills it, and leaves impressions like tire marks in the lawn. Then you can't get rid of that stuff. It's terrible, and you gotta lay more dirt down. But then also, it's when you're snow blowing, those snow blowers are like, there's blades in there, man. It's gonna chop it all up, throws it all out, and then all of a sudden you're chopping up your lawn, and you're trying to find that edge because you want your driveway to be the widest. These will help you. I got these at Lowe's for like $4 a piece, and I'm gonna line my driveway up on both sides. But if you wait till the winter time, then you can't stab these in the ground, and then it's all worthless. And then my final one, get your snowblower out right now. Fire it up. I fired mine up, worked perfectly fine. Check the oil, check the skid shoes on there, put a coat of silicone on there. That's what people were saying, because I got a video where I put Pam, if you look up here, I got a video, I put Pam on there, and I would do it now before it gets cold because it came out all thick, but like Pam works. I don't care what people say. It worked last year, and it stopped the snow from sticking on it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.